The world is in chaos, but you haven't seen its darkest side.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the global stage where the spotlight is on a high-stakes showdown. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from the corridors of power in Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump is turning up the heat on Russia's Vladimir Putin. Buckle up because this is a wild ride. Picture this. 3 nights of relentless Russian drone and missile strikes pounding Ukraine. The biggest barrage of weaponry this war has seen. Ukrainian officials are reeling, reporting at least 12 lives lost, including 3 children. It's a tragedy that's got the world on edge, and Trump is not holding back. He took to Truth Social, calling Putin absolutely crazy, and warning that his obsession with seizing all of Ukraine could spell Russia's downfall. "Something's happened to him," Trump roared at Morristown Airport. "He's killing a lot of people, and I'm not happy about it." Strong words, folks, and he's hinting at slamming Moscow with tougher sanctions to cool this crisis down. But hold on, here's where it gets spicy. Trump's not just pointing fingers at Putin, he's also got a bone to pick with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, accusing him of fanning the flames with fiery rhetoric. Zelensky's mouth is causing problems, Trump posted, demanding he tone it down. Talk about a plot twist. Meanwhile, Zelensky's hitting back, calling Russia's attacks a deliberate political choice to drag out the war, with over 900 drones and missiles raining down in just 3 nights. He's begging for global pressure to clip Moscow's wings. Let's zoom in on the chaos. From Saturday to Monday, Russia's assault hammered 5 Ukrainian regions, including a key military airbase in Khmelnytsky. Homes, factories, and even a 14-year-old boy in Odessa were caught in the crossfire. Russia claims it's targeting Ukraine's military hubs in retaliation for Ukrainian drone strikes that shut down Moscow's airports. Tit for tat, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The Kremlin's playing it cool, thanking Trump for his peace talks push but shrugging off his outburst as emotional overload. They're blaming NATO's expansion for their so-called defensive moves. Classic Kremlin spin, folks. On the flip side, European leaders like France's Emmanuel Macron are crossing their fingers that Trump's fury translates into action. Think sanctions that hit Russia where it hurts. Now this war's in its 4th year, and it's at a boiling point. Russian forces are creeping forward in eastern Ukraine, and with 367 drones and missiles in the latest blitz, the human toll is gut-wrenching. Zhytomyr alone lost 3 kids on Sunday. Ukraine's fighting back with its own drone swarms, even disrupting Moscow's skies. It's a high-tech battlefield, and neither side's backing down. So, what's next? Trump's peace push hasn't cracked this stalemate, with Russia and Ukraine miles apart. He's caught flack for not going harder on sanctions sooner, but new ones could target Russia's cash flow, energy, banks, you name it. In Ukraine, folks are huddled in shelters, dodging drones and praying for relief. Zelensky's demanding more weapons and aid, but the West's dragging its feet. As energy prices soar and NATO tensions simmer, the world's watching Trump's next move. Will he double down on diplomacy or unleash sanctions to shake things up? One thing's clear. This conflict's a powder keg, and the clock's ticking. Stay tuned, folks. This story's far from over. Welcome back, folks, to the hottest show in geopolitics, where the drama never stops. I'm your host, diving into part 2 of this global saga, where President Donald Trump is shaking things up on the world stage. Buckle up, because we're unpacking the twists, turns, and high-stakes action in the Russia-Ukraine showdown. First up, Trump's playing both sides like a master deal-maker. He's slamming Vladimir Putin, calling him crazy for unleashing a massive wave of attacks on Ukraine. Think 367 drones and missiles, the biggest firepower blitz of this war. Trump's even teasing new sanctions to put the squeeze on Moscow, a bold move for a guy who's usually leaned toward sweet-talking Russia. Is this a sign he's cozying up to the West's tough-on-Russia playbook? Maybe, but there's pressure from allies like Europe pushing him to step up his game. But wait, here's the kicker. Trump's also throwing shade at Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky, griping that his fiery speeches are causing problems. Is Zelensky's push for more Western weapons, or his no-compromise stance ruffling Trump's feathers? You bet. Trump's trying to straddle the line, blasting Putin's aggression while nudging both leaders toward a peace deal. It's classic Trump, the mediator who wants this war wrapped up fast. But is he risking a rift with Ukraine and Europe? Stay tuned. Now let's talk escalation. This war's getting hotter by the minute. Russia's hammering Ukraine's military bases like Starokostiantyniv and hitting civilian neighborhoods, leaving 12 dead, including kids. It's a gut punch to Ukraine's spirit and economy. But Ukraine's not sitting still. They're firing back with drones that even buzzed Moscow's skies, shutting down airports. Both sides are leaning hard into drone warfare, grinding down infrastructure and morale. It's a high-tech slugfest, and Russia's latest strikes scream retaliation. Could Ukraine's bold moves spark an even bigger Russian backlash? Oh, it's getting intense. Let's zoom out to the big picture. Trump's sanctions talk marks a shift from his first term's Russia-friendly vibe, but his Zelensky jab has Europe raising eyebrows. French President Emmanuel Macron's crossing his fingers that Trump's Putin smackdown leads to real sanctions. Think targeting Russia's oil or banks. But Europe's frustrated, folks. They need America's muscle to make sanctions bite, and Trump's not fully on board. Meanwhile, the Kremlin's playing coy, thanking Trump for peace talk efforts while brushing off his crazy jab as an emotional outburst. Classic Putin spin, claiming it's all NATO's fault. The human cost? Heartbreaking. From Khmelnytsky to Odessa, Ukrainian families are dodging drones and mourning losses. Russia's hitting air bases to cripple Ukraine's defenses, pushing Zelensky into a corner. He's shouting for full-scale pressure on Russia, more sanctions, more aid, but Russia's dodging the economic pain by cozying up to China and India. Tough break for Ukraine's playbook. Trump's big dream? Brokering peace like the ultimate deal-maker. He's fed up, venting, "What the hell happened to Putin?" and believing he can sway him with sanctions or secret talks. But slamming Zelensky might backfire, alienating a key ally and fraying the West's united front. With Russia gaining ground in eastern Ukraine and both sides dug in, peace talks are a long shot. The gap's wide, folks. Russia wants land, Ukraine wants it all back. So, what's next? If Trump rolls out sanctions, they could choke Russia's cash flow, but Moscow's got workarounds. Peace talks? Possible, but both sides are stubborn. Escalation? With drones flying and tempers flaring, it's a real risk. And don't forget the NATO drama. Trump's mixed signals could strain alliances, leaving the West wobbly. This is a pivotal moment, folks. Trump's fiery words, Russia's relentless strikes, Ukraine's grit, and Europe's pleas for unity. It's a high-stakes chess game. Will Trump's sanctions or diplomacy steal the show, or will this war keep raging? Grab your popcorn, because the world's watching.